for joining me for another video. For joining me for the first time, hello! I have in front of me my favorite horror doll, Chucky. Now, over the month I've reviewed some Living Dead dolls, Annabelle, Pennywise doll, but this is, in horror dolls, my favorite guy of all. You can see that I've reviewed, and I'll put them in the link in the description down below. I've reviewed the Bride of Chucky dolls here. Someone up-faced Chucky, I guess you'd call him. And gorgeous Tiffany over here. And then there is Chucky before he kind of went through the fan. So I'm really excited to open this guy. I got very, very lucky sourcing him. He was found in a warehouse and his battery had run out and they didn't know what he was, other than they just threw him up for relatively cheap, and I grabbed him much cheaper than I can get on eBay or elsewhere. I was really happy about it because I've always wanted this Mezco doll. Now the box, we can see it has I Can Talk up here, so it's one of the talking versions. He wants you for your best friend, Chucky, and it's done in that signature red and yellow good guys box theme. Okay, on the side of the box we have Chucky. He wants you for a best friend, and then we have some of the good guys dressed as a cowboy, an army man, a doctor, and what is that? Oh, baseball. I was like, what on earth is he doing? Is he a plumber? But yeah, so we've got some of the good guy dolls on the side. Let's spin it around. Then on the back we have again Chucky. He wants you for a best friend. Let him share your secrets. Oh dear. And of course, this here, which is used in the movie as the symbol over the sign, isn't it? Isn't he like waving over the sign to the company from one of the memories, from what I remember? Hi, I'm Chucky, let's play. And this one is from Child's Play 2. Then on the last side, Chucky wants you for a best friend. Then we have a builder, good guy, red Indian, good guy, I'm guessing, and fireman. So these are, of course, the doll is meant to be a young child's best friend, and yeah, I don't know who in marketing thought a face like that would get someone to say, yeah, Mum, that's what I want in my bed next to me, but you know, I love him. So let's open him up. Okay, the first thing to come out is Chucky's little steak knife, basically, which I think is so iconic for him. Stabbing is Chucky's thing. It really is. And, you know, one of my favorite lines in all the Chucky movies is Tiffany saying, were you born with that knife super glued to your hand? I think it's one of the greatest lines in all the Chucky movies. And you will see that in the Bride of Tiffany, Chucky's good old steak knife there, except this one is covered with a lot of blood. This one looks new. Oh, and I'm gonna break it throwing it on the thing. This one looks new. If you're wondering if it's sharp, it is serrated, but it is plastic. So I would say it could easily cut someone. If you can see I'm rubbing my fingers against, it's not too much, but if you were to slice it, it would definitely cut you. So just be mindful with that around kids. If you do have kids in the house, it is gonna hurt if they poke something. Oh my goodness gracious me, he looks so awesome. I'm actually surprised that because he's in the box, they didn't give him a much more friendlier smile, more like the good guy doll, but they gave him more that classic Chucky grin, you know? And the brow coming down here to look like he is not impressed. He is not happy. So let's bring up his face and have a close-up look. So here he is up close. He's absolutely gorgeous to me. I know that a lot of people were saying, yeah, he's got a face that only a mother could love, but I love it. I love it. He is this gorgeous red ginger hair. Now it is unlike the one I've reviewed before, the Bride of Chucky one. It is quite thick. When you pull it though, you'll see that it is really randomly rooted. It is almost bizarre the way it's rooted. Like, you'll see it goes up and around and down, and then there's a big gap between these two ones, but yet there's smaller gaps between this. So it kind of gives it this very wispy look, which helps to give him that, you know, that horror doll effect. All along the front, it is tightly rooted though. And man, look at his widow's peak. His widow's peak goes right in there, and it is right in there. It's almost like his hair's coming in with his frown, isn't it? Looking at his eyebrows here, again, he's got that huge big frown coming into here, a bit cavemanish here, going back to the caveman days. He has matching brows that painted along here. Then his eyes, to give them almost a sick look. You know, when you have dark circles around your eyes, it gives people that very sickening, like there's something not quite right with them, something health-wise wrong. He has a dark upper lid and a dark lower lid. I love that they've given that effect because it gives him that little kind of evil look. Much like the Bride of Chucky doll, one eye is slightly more closed than the other. So when I bring them up, we can look at that together. This eye here is just slightly more closed, and the upper lip just up, just kind of like he's yeah, it just all kind of get to add to that freaky element. Now, this is something that isn't on the Bride of Chucky doll. Look at the spray of freckles. Now I have Chucky, I have a Chucky doll. Where is it? I don't know where the other Chucky doll is. That has these freckles quite dominant on his face as well. So he's got blushing. He's got a ginger blushing on his cheek, and then the spray of freckles over his bridge of his nose and down to his next cheek. On his smile, his teeth, are they crooked like the other one? No, the teeth are quite straight in this one. They're quite straight and white. So his lips are quite dark, painted there with the same sort of tones as the darkening around his eyes. All over it's done in this ginger color. Red-headed stepchild kind of vibes going on here, isn't there? if you know that saying. His eyes, however, are this lovely blue. They go from a medium blue with dark blue lines into quite a light blue. So they've kept his eyes quite realistic, which I guess lends to the fact that he does have a human soul rather than a doll. Going down to his outfit. This is the good guy's outfit. So he's got his overalls, and all around on the overalls is the various, you know, printed jobs that were on the box. We've got the Indian, we've got the doctor, the builder, etc. So up here is on his pocket, it is printed good guys. This, of course, all before he hits the fan, as I said before. So it's all perfect. One of the overall straps has come off. And then we have the overall straps down to here with elastic. And we've got cowboy on this side, firefighter, the sports with a baseball bat, down to his shoes, which are pretty much, I think, the exact same shoes on the other doll as they should be, almost like they're made in the same mold. On his hands, he has a gripping hand so that his knife can fit in there, so he can hold it on display. And then we have a hand which is just with the fingers spread at his side. His articulation is the standard 5 points. He can look from side to side. He can move his arm up and down. It does not go out this way. There is no elbow or wrist movement. His leg movement, he can go back and forward. It cannot kick out like a ninja. And his legs are in a position that they do not come together, basically. But the only point of extra articulation is you can rotate the feet. Here, so you can rotate the feet, put them together in that I want a pee pose. You know, where the kids put their feet together. But yeah, his legs are quite far apart, which lends to him, it helps him to stand up by himself. So getting to the back, I didn't point out he's wearing his stripy tops like he's meant to, and it is held together with buttons at the back here. The overalls you can take off, but I don't like to mess with the dolls by dressing and undressing them if I think there's a chance that, you know, I can break it or ruin it or cause a tear or a string to come. I really don't want to do that. Here, you can see that's how the battery ran out. So we're going to replace the battery. So right down on his butt here, you have to remove it, and I'll show you what sort of batteries he has. So he takes 3 of the LR44 circle batteries. Circle batteries can be quite expensive, so you know, my advice is when you have these dolls on display, take the batteries out, to save the life of the battery, store them in a container where they're not together, so as they are a fire hazard, these little circle batteries, and they are a health hazard to children that eat them. And also the last point is you don't want a corroded battery in your toy if it's left for a long time, because it'll just ruin the toy. Let's get the batteries in and give them a try. Okay, the button to activate him is right next to the switch. This is a first for me too, since I brought him without batteries. Let's see what Chucky has to say for himself.
Time to play.
Time to play, all right.
I hate kids. You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
It's almost very echoey, which is really, really weird. I don't know if it's because it's brand new batteries or what, but he's definitely a lot more clear in this version.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend of the end.
That was pretty good. He's really loud, so this batteries, new batteries really work. That was cool. That was cool. That was cool. Alright, on that one, I think there's much better lines. Alright.
You know what they say. You just can't keep a good guy down.
Alright, so he's got those 5 sayings. I much prefer the sayings on the Bride of Chucky version. It's almost like they picked out the more iconic lines. I don't think there were so many good lines in Child's Play 2, but I think there were a bit more than day doua. However, it is a beautiful doll. So let's stand them side by side and have a look. So looking at the differences between the Chuckies, obviously this Child's Play 2 Chucky and this one being Bride of Chucky, meaning this is the later one. The first obvious difference is this one. This guy's gone through the fan. This guy has been beaten up a bit. He's been stitched back together. He's got staples in him. He's pretty much held together by some strings, and his hair is stapled back on, etc. with those. He looks like he's been to hell and back. This guy, he looks like he's come out of the box basically, and he's just ready to have a good time. Now, one of the differences that I wish they had kept in the Bride of Chucky version is the spray of freckles. I don't know why, but this spray of freckles just adds to the evilness. On this one, he's quite clean-faced, and almost as if they've tried to make him a little more handsome. I know he's beaten up and he's got cuts all through him, but to me, it's almost like they've tried to make him a tiny bit more handsome, whereas this guy, they've just gone for red-headed stepchild, only a face a mother could love. Going down to the outfit, again, it's very obvious in that this one has been through the ringer. He's got slices on it. He has a big cut down his good guy overalls there, whereas here it is nice and clean. Having a look at the dagger, the Child's Play 2 Chucky holds it like this, so the blade is looking at you, or if you turn it around the other way, it'll be the back of the blade. Whereas on the Bride of Chucky version, he holds it sideways so you can actually see the blade and the blood, which is kind of cool. I like that they've done that, so there's two ways of displaying the blade, and obviously this one doesn't have blood since it's the original. The legs, there is not much difference. The shoes aren't damaged in any sort of way, and the bottom of the leggings on both Chuckies, I mean, going like this, if you didn't see the dagger and the hands there, you just basically think it's the same doll. Having a look at the back, let's turn him around. At the back, this guy has a beautiful mop, basically kind of in a bob style, isn't it? It's kind of like cut in this circular do, whereas in this Chucky, it is longer. Goes actually down past his neck, and it is a bit more wispy. You can see bits coming off the side here, a long bit dangling down here as he's been put back together. Back to this Chucky, the overalls are fine and the t-shirt's fine. Everything looks tickety-boo. It's a nice looking doll from the back. Onto this Chucky, there actually isn't much difference, other than you can see slices in the arms here, where it cuts in the arms here. But the back of the overalls, yeah, no, there's not really any cuts or anything to it. It's only in the arms there and the hair. If you moved back, again, the only thing that really stands out is the hair size. So that's my look for Halloween at Child's Play 2 Chucky doll. I absolutely love him. He is gorgeous and I can't wait to display him. He'll be going in my bedroom with Bride of Chucky. And good old Tiffany, of course, will keep them both company. I'm sure they'll all get along. If you love Halloween dolls, please give this a thumbs up. If you love toys in general, please subscribe. We love to open toys here. We love to share. I open child and adult based toys and dolls. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho!
Bye bye.